Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. We're going to start this show off the same way we start every show off, with a moment of gratitude. Thank you for tuning in to us. I know you could be doing anything else. You could be doing a million other things today. So the fact that you're spending it with us truly does mean the world to me. So thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with it.
How's she cotton, me loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show.
All right, and we're back. Okay, we got a fun one today. I'm not going to introduce our guest because I never do that. They can do a better job than I. But this gentleman is running for mayor. So I'm very excited to have him on the show. We're going to have a great conversation, just like I have a great conversation with everybody. But on that note, sir, can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
I'm Sandy Bowman. I've been a resident here in Fort McMurray for almost 30 years. I've had a small business here for almost 30 years, and I'm currently running for mayor.
There we go. Very cool.
That's it.
So that's a big deal.
Yes.
That's a big deal. Now, before we talk about you running for mayor and your politics and all that stuff, what you stand for, I'm interested to find out of, like, you've been here for so long. You've always had the business that you ran, or did you used to work out at site, or like, what's your story here?
It's a good story.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's pretty close to a lot of Fort McMurray stories.
Yeah.
So in 1993, I left my hometown, Antigonish.
Okay.
And me and my buddy, actually, we decided on a Friday that we were going to move out west for Monday. He talked to his buddies in Vancouver. We had a job lined up in Vancouver. We were pretty pumped. We put everything we had into a Honda Civic,
Okay.
including 2 bikes.
Yeah.
And we took them completely apart. We had everything we owned. Like, we barely had room to sit in the front seat.
Yeah.
It took us 8 days to get here. We took the long route, went to New York City first,
There you go.
and we went across the Midwest and through there, and every
Nice.
landmark you could find. We slept at truck stops in the Honda Civic or on the ground.
Yeah.
Stayed in one hotel in South Dakota somewhere in the whole 8 days.
Yeah.
And we finally made it here.
Yeah.
Went to West Edmonton Mall first.
Yeah.
My first stop in Alberta. Check that out. And then we started driving towards Fort McMurray.
Okay.
After 3.5 hours driving, I thought this is when it was single lane road.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, where are we going?
That's right.
What are we going to see? An oil derrick at my uncle's house? Is that all we're going to find up here?
Right.
We just came here to visit family because I have a lot of aunts and uncles that have moved here back in the day. And
Right.
so I ended up at Fort McMurray. The first weekend, I met a girl. And
The first weekend.
yeah, it was a family get together.
Okay.
And yeah, so then kind of story wrote itself. And
Yeah.
when I first got here, I wasn't actually, my intention was never to open a martial arts school. I've been training quite a bit before that, since I was 9 years old.
Okay.
So the first thing, obviously being here and thinking about staying for a little while,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to check out the clubs. And I checked them all out and met some great people.
Right.
The Shotokan Karate Group, the Judo Club, Martial Arts Academy with Steve Bergeron, who we're still close friends.
Yeah.
He lives in Vegas now.
Okay.
And it wasn't really what I was doing at the time. It was Olympic Taekwondo.
Yeah.
So my cousin, Jason Lays, and Joey Link and his whole crowd were like, oh, Sandy's coming to town. They're all excited. I was moving here because I was a black belt.
Right.
So right away, they wanted me to teach them. So I started teaching a couple people at Mac Island when Mac Island was a mini ice, a rink,
Yeah.
one rec room, and a multi-purpose room.
Yeah.
So that multi-purpose room, a couple nights a week, I taught there. And then just kind of kept building and building and building
Right.
until that's what my career turned into.
That's awesome. So when you're doing the teaching, I'm assuming on the side, what career were you working at that point?
Well, really, I needed a job. So
Yeah.
I looked around. So first, my buddy Jamie got on Wilson Construction cleaning up the waterfront there,
Yeah.
where the Canadian Tire and Staples is now. He got a job at Wilson Construction there.
Okay.
And I went over to Canadian Tire and I walked in, and the service manager there, who I'm still friends with now today,
Yeah.
he has his own tire shop. I just went in there and asked if they were hiring.
Yeah.
And he said, what do you know about cars? I said, well, my dad's a mechanic and I helped him in the garage. He goes, you're hired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I became the parts guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then kind of a mentor there was Steve Martin. He was the back parts guy at the time.
Yeah.
And he kind of showed me the ropes of that. And then I went on there, worked for Quadratruck after that and some different places. And then I decided it was time to make the jump to just being a small business owner and just doing that alone.
Right.
And me and my wife sat down and talked about it a bit. And basically we came down to, I want to try it now and don't want to look back in 20 years and say, what if I did?
That's right.
So I just pulled the plug and went for 100%. And what you see is what we have today.
There we go. And so the gym is like quite successful. Like there's
Yeah.
you have a lot of like children, adults. There's a lot of people coming through your
Oh
facility.
yes, it's like honestly, it's I could never when I started running my gym as my primary business. That back in '93, that wasn't something anyone did in the world.
Right.
This is before UFC. The UFC started that April.
Right.
First one. So no one had a martial arts gym as their career.
Right.
That wasn't. Now it's quite normal.
Yeah.
Because of the popularity of martial arts. But at the time, you've seen that in gymnasiums or garages. You never seen a facility directly for martial arts where it was someone's career.
Right. Right.
So it was really a groundbreaking thing, and I'm happy that I've been so successful and blessed that the city's been able to give that to me.
That's awesome, man. So as a trendsetter doing something like that, like it wasn't done before, like you said, like what gave you the idea? What gave you the passion to be like, I think there's something here? Because there's no
Honestly,
blueprint.
It's the people. And you look back in interviews the last 30 years I've done with radio, with TV, with everything even across the world. People ask me about it. It's what I love about this region. It's the people.
Yeah.
We have, no matter what we have around us and everything, the people in Fort McMurray are the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
We've been through ups and downs, we've everything, but everybody's there to help everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. I mean, back in the day, like go back to a couple people that helped me back years ago when I knew nobody.
Yeah.
Was Dennis Bertrand he stepped up, man. He was my best man. He was the guy. He helped me out. Andy Robinson, who passed away a few years ago. These guys had careers, but they seen what I was doing with their children. So they were like, hey, this is what you need to do. You need to be doing this full time.
Right.
And so I had a few people like that stepped into my life that I'll never forget, and I'll pay back every chance I get.
That's awesome, man. So now you're running for mayor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another big step where
Another
I
big
stepped out my
step.
wife and said, I don't want to look back in 10 years and say, I wish I had.
Yeah. So that's cool. I wouldn't do it personally. I think
No.
like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. So as mayor, I guess, or potential mayor, my question to you is, first off, why do you want to do this? And let's start off with the why.
Well, originally, my reasons for running for mayor are the same reasons I had for running for council. We need to make some change right now and take us in a different direction than we're going, and really have to be working for the people. And I want this place here to be here for my kids, for my kids' kids, their kids. I want them to have the same experience I had. I see the city kind of slipping, and we need to step up and fix that. And my original was to run for council, but after hearing from the people, like I said before, the golden thing in Fort McMurray is the people.
Right.
It's not anything else. It's the people that live here. And they came to me. Everybody came to me and said, we want you to run for mayor.
Right.
Talking to local businesses, they were like, we need a leader like you to run for mayor. It wasn't something I took lightly or thought, hey, I'll just try this. It was a long thought decision. My first answer was no.
Right.
My first answer was, but after consulting different businesses and stuff in town, and the people calling me, the people coming to me on the street, saying, this is what we want you to do. And my thought, and what I want to change, is I want to be evident that our municipality, our mayor and council, work for the people. That's my biggest thing. I want it evident. I don't want it where there's anything going on that you think is shady. I don't want anything going on that you think is not right, or the people don't want. I want it to be obvious that my employer is the people of Fort McMurray.
There you go. Okay. Second question is there any platform that you have? Is there anything that like you're,
I'm not running a platform.
Okay.
Really. I'm doing this for, I'm not doing this for anyone else but people of Fort McMurray.
Right.
I want change. So whenever a new council mayor go in, they all sit around and they do a strategic plan.
Okay.
And that's a plan of what they want to accomplish in the next 4 years.
Right.
Which is great. But first thing I want to do is skip that.
Yeah.
That's going to go on the back burner. There's always been talk of improprieties for municipal funds. First thing, a full forensic audit.
Yeah.
Maybe they find something, maybe they don't. If they don't, put that to bed. That's not a thing. So it's done. Second thing is a corporate audit of a corporate like a survey of the employees of the municipality. That's something I don't think's been done.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing from a lot of municipal employees that they don't even want to give me their name.
Right.
They're scared of repercussions. So I think there needs to be a corporate culture survey of all the people that work for the municipality. What are the issues?
Yeah.
Like, what are the real issues? Take that. Do a citizen survey. The last one was done in 2018. A lot's happened since 2018 and 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Do a citizen survey. What do the people really want? What do they see is lacking? Where do they see the problems are? And take that. Then I want to do a municipal governance review. Get a third party to come in and see how the municipality is working, how we're running the city, how the council is working and operating. It's been going the same way for so long. You can get in a rut.
Yeah.
And doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result and expecting a different result isn't going to happen.
Right.
So I have I want to do that. When we have all that data combined, then we'll sit down and do a strategic plan.
Okay.
We know what the people for where we want, where the problems are. I've been going to every business in town. Being here for almost 30 years,
Yep.
I know most of the business owners, so I can meet them for coffee. I can drop in and see them and see what their issues are.
Nice. Like it.
So it's not a platform. It's just
Not a platform, but you got a
it's
plan.
to-do
Like,
list.
that's what you want. That's it.
It's a
There
to-do
you go.
list.
So, okay, we're part of the show now. It's called the Mac City Minute. Tanner has some questions for you.
Perfect.
I have no idea what he's going to ask you, so I wish you
Exciting.
nothing but the best of luck. Tanner, hit him with the Mac City Minute.
Alrighty. Question number 1. What was the most enjoyable part of getting your International Olympic Committee referee certification?
Learning how to use chopsticks. Easy question.
There you go.
Question number 2. What was it like fighting Butterbean?
Terrifying.
Question number 3. What was the most memorable moment you've had with a student in your gym?
Oh, that one's tough. Probably when they achieve their black belt. When I see the students achieve black belt, and just whether it's a child or adult, they just look in their face and they're utter surprise and shock that they were able to do that.
Question number 4. What do you think is harder, gaining your first black belt or your first run for mayor?
Definitely first run for mayor.
And your final question, what challenges do you think are unique when it comes to being a mayoral candidate in Fort McMurray?
The biggest challenge, I think, is just being able to get industry, province, and the people all working on the same page.
And those have been your 5 questions.
There you go. So we run in the same circles. We have a lot of friends
Yeah.
that are mutual. And
After being here for this long, you do.
so I was actually with my cousin yesterday, and he knew. I said, "Hey, Sandy's coming on the show." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Sandy's awesome. Ask him about roulette wheels." I was just like, "All right, I'll ask him about a roulette wheel." So let's hear. I guess you have an awesome story about a roulette wheel.
It's just a lot of roulette wheels.
Yeah.
And I don't advocate gambling whatsoever. And
Yeah.
by the story, I don't really gamble. You can tell by it.
Yeah.
So back in the day when I started training in mixed martial arts, we were going to Vegas. I was training with Pat Miletich, Matt Hughes, Tim Sylvia,
Yeah.
Roy Markham, all the guys down in Vegas. So I'd go down and I'd be with my friends. So it was Justin, Adrian, Jason, Joey, that whole crowd.
Yeah.
And I had a thing, and I don't know how to play cards for one thing. So I'd walk by the roulette wheel and I'd throw it on either red or black,
Right.
and I'd win. So I'd throw $100 down, walk in the casino bank, throw $100 down, win, $100, walk away.
Yeah.
And then we were walking by, and another one, and it was Joey Link actually, and I parked in Red 7 at Edmonton parking lot.
Right.
And he said, I was going to put it on black, my $100 chip. And he said, no, we parked in Red 7, we parked in R7, put it on Red 7. So I did. And I hit with
What?
inside with $100. So I won that.
Oh.
So that was huge.
Yeah.
The next trip, Andre Arlovsky's fighting Tim Sylvia. And I was training with Tim Sylvia and the whole crowd at Military Fighting Systems in Iowa.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew their plan.
Yeah.
And I also knew Arlovsky's kind of plan was to try to wrestle Tim, and Tim's plan was to box. And he'd been working on boxing with the boys down there.
Yeah.
So and Tim was a way underdog. He already lost twice. So he went in there to box. And I kind of knew the plan, so I told all the guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bet on Tim. We all put in whatever, a few dollars.
Yeah.
And we won. We underdog. Then I said, okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this winning and throw it on black.
Yeah.
Like, no. And we did, and we hit it.
Yeah.
So those are the good stories about the roulette wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And other than that, I would just walk by, and everybody thought it became a thing. When I would walk by a roulette wheel, I'd throw a $100 bill on the red or black and win. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't stay. I'd just keep walking.
You keep walking. Yeah.
And that was kind of intrigued everybody else because I had no intention of gambling, or
Yeah.
I just don't know how to play cards or anything at all. So it's just not a good idea for me.
That's awesome. No, Justin was telling me about the same story when you guys literally were just walking by, you threw money on a number, and then it hit. and everybody goes wild, and you're like, okay, sweet, and you just keep walking, and the
Yeah.
table is just like looking like, what just happened?
Yeah, no, that happened a lot.
That's awesome.
If I lost, I
man.
kept walking too.
Yeah.
You want to remember the ones you win.
That's right. Cool. Well, dude, thank you very much for coming today. Really do
thank
appreciate
you. Really
it.
appreciate it. I've been trying to come for a while.
Yeah,
It's been
man.
a pretty crazy life.
So, no doubt. So I tell this to all the guests, so don't feel special about this. But if you want to come back again and again, this is something that I'd love for you to come back on. So don't think just because you've come once, you can't come again. So
wicked. That's
if you
awesome.
want to come and chat about anything, maybe as the candidacy keeps going, or your gym, or just BS with myself at Tanner, please feel free to come back as many times as you want.
I like that you tell him he's not special. We don't try to make anybody feel special here.
Yeah. Everybody's special.
Everybody's special.
Yeah.
Well, I messaged I thought it was you on Facebook. I messaged your wife, told her the other way. So,
Yeah.
Or I'll message her.
Yeah, she'll be like, hey, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. So at the end of the show, everybody gets a shameless plug, shameless shout out. So this is your time to shine. Whatever you want to talk about, this is it. So who do you want to say hi to? What do you want to promote? Obviously,
Yeah.
something you should promote.
Hi
So
to my friend.
all yours.
Course.
Yeah.
And my mother's actually here. First time I've seen her in 2 years because of COVID.
Oh, that's
she's
awesome,
up for the
man.
month.
Sweet.
So say hi to her. She'll be tuning in, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And just I mean, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. Obviously, when you vote for me, but just get out and vote. I see a lot of young people when I go out, and they're telling me, "Oh, we can't wait. We support you." And I tell them, "You need to vote." Oh yeah, I vote every year. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you need to vote. You need to use your right to vote and get out and vote. Whether it's me or not, just get out and vote.
That's awesome, man. Great message. Sweet. Well, for McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, that's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.